is opening up for Rick James on the Fired Up tour, okay? The competition was nasty because you got that young funky motherfucker with the old funky motherfucker. On top of that, you know Prince don't do drugs. You know Prince don't do no marijuana, don't smoke no cigarettes, don't do nothing, okay? All he do is fuck bitches, okay? Make sure that you like and share this video because it is so important to my success here on the YouTube. And if you do not have a retirement/investment plan in place through your employer, please check out the Acorn app below. Now, let's talk about Morris Day's A Princely Time in Funk, Part 3. So where we left off, Morris Day decided to move back to Minneapolis. Now, remember, I told you that Sandy, his big sister, was still living in Minneapolis, too. Now, he's still back home trying to make it right with Jennifer and Tiana. But Jennifer is like, Ninja, you got to do better. Morris Day, being a stand-up guy, he's not mad at her. He knows that he is not the man that he should be to the young lady Jennifer and Tiana. He has a relationship with the Tiana. He wants to get back with Jennifer, but Jennifer's not having it, right? So at this point, Morris Day makes his decision to get back into music, playing the drums, but he's going to do anything and everything and take every gig that he possibly can that will pay the bills. He has made a conscious decision to make his way of life music. Now, since there's no more Grand Central Station, Flight Time with Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis is popping. Okay, now don't forget they still got the Alexander O'Neal's with him singing, but Grand Central Station is gone. So without the competition, the stars, it's Flight Time. Now Prince, he ain't go nowhere. He's still in Minneapolis. He ain't got to move nowhere to be the best man that he can be. He could be the best man that he could be down there to the Wichita of the Idaho of the Little Rock, Kansas. Okay, Prince don't need to be nowhere else. He good in Minneapolis. Go back. So now at this point, Prince has formed his new band, New Power Generation, to include Andre Simone. Andre Simone is still friends and in touch with Morris Day. Andre Simone hit Morris Day and say, hey buddy, would you come on down to one of the rehearsals? Now, Morris Day is hesitant because he doesn't feel secure with where he is in life. He still goes hesitantly, okay? Now, when he gets there, Prince doesn't give him a smile nor a resting bitch face. Also inside of the group, the New Power Generation, was a white boy named Bobby, okay? Now, this goes back to where Prince wanted crossover appeal, okay? And he knew that he can get that crossover appeal if the white boy was playing drums. Yes, Morris Day was a funky drummer, okay? And yes, Prince could have called Morris Day, hey, come around here and, hit these drums. But Prince wanted crossover appeal. And he didn't want a black drummer. He wanted a white one. He picked white boy Bobby. This is where Prince chimes in and say, well, look, I was glad to see you at the rehearsal. I didn't have no grudges against you. Me and you didn't have no problems, brother. Morris Day, on the other hand, said internally, but I did. Secretly, I was jealous. But I didn't let that get in the way of you and me. Y'all, Prince got a full band. New Power Generation is packed, okay? But he goes to his friend Morris Day. Hey, Morris, do you know how to work a video camera, a VHS? Morris Day, well, yeah, I can figure it out. Prince loved being taped because in that way, he can admire himself and figure out what he did wrong and what he did right. Eventually, he relied on Morris Day to give him honest criticism about dance moves, songs, his stage presence, and that worked well for Morris Day. However, Morris wanted to be in the band. He did not want to be no video recorder man. Shit. How much money was you getting paid, Morris, to tape a motherfucker? Now, here's where he goes on to talk about Prince's sexual lyrics. Let me tell you something. I don't know how old I was. I'm not sure if I was hunching or not. All I knew was my mammy loved herself some Prince. And my mother, like me, is pretty tall. I think my mom's like 5'8". I'm 5'7". And just to think that my mother was turned on by this little itty bitty man with heels on. Now, Prince is around here selling himself as a sex symbol. I said, that nigga had all of us fooled. He had all. It makes me feel like when women are attracted to Prince, does it make you feel like you secretly have lesbian tendencies? I don't know, because Prince is opening for big clubs now. He don't need help from nobody to open for big clubs. He goes on to talk about some song called Head. I never heard it, but child, what he was saying in the song Head was, okay, I will give you head. Now, back then and around that time, you know, men never talked about, you know, doing it to women. Still, you know, these men nowadays, they don't want to talk about, you know, they don't want to talk about that because, you know, that messes with their, you know, masculinity, talking about, you know, putting their mouth on something that is, you know, fishy, okay? Oh, but they love to talk about the other thing, the other way around. They always love to talk about that. But Prince, his song about head was like, lady, I will give it to you until you melt away. And I don't know the name of that song. I never heard that shit. If y'all heard about it, do you old bitches still be getting hot and horny off of it? That's all I need to know. But anyway, here we are in 1979, moving on to 1980. Now, remember I told you, Prince is doing his own shows, no opener, in big clubs. Prince is now the opener for Rick James on tour with him. Rick James was the hottest thing during that thing. Now, slowly rising up is that motherfucker Prince. That Prince was right here. You heard me. Right here. Rick, at one time, opened for George Clinton. You know, the godfather of funk. Okay? And Clinton had certain feelings towards Rick because he knew that Rick was going to be pushing him out of the way. Rick had that same feeling about Prince. Prince was 21, Rick was 31. That nigga couldn't handle the pressure. Now, notice, these is two arrogant air signs. You got that Rick James, the Aquarius, and that goddamn Prince, the Gemini. Child. Prince is opening up for Rick James on the Fired Up tour, okay? The competition was nasty because you got that young funky motherfucker with the old funky motherfucker. On top of that, you know Prince don't do drugs. You know Prince don't do no marijuana, don't smoke no cigarettes, don't do nothing, okay? All he do is fuck bitches, okay? According to Morris Day, the tour started out excellent. It was love across the board. It was love. It was doorbells, lace, and doves. It started out that way. But eventually, that Rick James, he couldn't take the pressure, child. It was too much pressure. This young boy is coming up on me, okay? Because according to Morris Day, the crowd was going crazy over Prince. Prince was overstaying his time on the goddamn stage and soaking it all up. And he probably was doing it on purpose because Prince is I'm learning. It's an old conniving, manipulative motherfucker, okay? Prince is on stage now with trench coats and pink bikinis, okay? Or thongs or whatever, okay? Now the press is saying that Prince is outstripping Rick James, and I'm saying to myself, what? The press? What? The newspaper? The Washington Post? Tiger Beat and Right On Magazine is trying to cause havoc and melee on the tour? The press also said that Prince was booed. Again, all you motherfuckers that be talking about, why didn't you know that Prince was booed? Well, bitch, let me check you right quick. Morris Day said that was a lie. Now, going on to more licks, Rick James said, I don't like that nigga Prince because he be stealing my licks. You know that meow meow, meow meow, meow, you know that shit that they be, you know. Most they say, it's not steal, brother, it's borrowed. Don't we all take a piece of everybody that we feel is great. It should be a sign of admiration. Not that we stole something from you. Didn't you steal something from Clinton? I'm sure he did, but Rick James internalized it and looked at it as this motherfucker stealing my licks. Bastard. He won't even smoke weed with me. Fuck him. Morris Day actually said that Prince and Rick were the same person. They were both creative people, okay, that was serious about their music, except for Prince was not fucking with that weed. Now, it was so much commotion around this tour that the promoters renamed it Battle of the Funk. Prince chimes in, who you think won? Morris Day was like, come on, Clarence, give Rick James his kudos. So it was so much chaos surrounding this tour that the promoters renamed the tour the Battle of Funk. Now Prince chimes in and goes, well, who you think won the battle? Morris Day say, man, come on, we know you great, brother, but give Rick his kudos. Prince say, I don't give a fuck about what you talking about. Who you think was better? Morris Day said Rick James was better for that tour. Now, at the end of the tour, no matter how tumultuous it was, okay, at the end of the tour, Prince go back to work on that third album. Now to reward Morris Day for his good works with recording him, you know, and licking all over himself and, you know, being funky and sexy, okay, because, you know, Prince liked to watch himself look good and bad because, you know, he trying to either like excel on what's good and make it greater, okay, or take what looks bad, take that out or make it good or something, because he's always critiquing himself in order to obtain perfection. What ended up happening was, because Morris Day did such a good job with recording the tour, he rewarded Morris Day with studio time. Now Morris Day recorded a track. Ooh, this Prince is gonna be a nigga. I'm telling you, damn Prince fans, y'all about to go, oh my God, y'all about to go on a witch hunt for this ninja Morris Day. Morris Day, you better get you a hammer. Morris Day recorded a track. Played it for Prince. Prince say, I tell you what, you can either sell me the track for $10K or you can give me the track and I'll give you a record deal. That daggone Morris Day been waiting for an opportunity to make a goddamn record. Because, you know, Warner Brothers was like, listen, whatever you want, just come on in. Just bring it in, because we like you, brother. We like you. One time when Morris Day was house sitting, when Prince was out there on tour doing his Prince thing, Morris Day found a VHS tape that was not labeled. Danger. Morris Day, why would you even check that tape? Don't you know any tape that's not labeled means that it's old nasty tape? Don't you know that? Anyway, what was on the tape was Prince doing his song Party Up, the one that they made the deal for, with him singing and dancing to it. I said, ooh. So he wanted to see how he was going to look doing Morris Day's song. I guess he looked at it and was like, okay, I look good and sexy with it. This song need to be mine and not his. So what Morris Day goes on to explain is that it took a while for Prince to make good on his promise. But until then, he's back with Jennifer. But what Morris Day said was, when you are on the road, it takes a toll on your relationship. I said, you got that right, Morris. But guess what else will take a toll on your relationship? Bitches. Okay? I'm sure if you on the road and there's bitches there, that's going to take a toll on it. You know, I don't know why, you know. He liked the bitches too, but hey, you know, you on the road, niggas being tested every day. So now Prince's third album is finished with Morris Day's Party Up on it. Now on the album, there is no mention of Morris Day. Prince took full credit for the song Party Up. Prince chimes in and says, well, that was part of the deal. Morris Day say, yeah, but you lied. You didn't do all that for that song. He was like, but that was the deal. So now this is where Morris Day compares Prince to Michael Jackson. Now, you know, at the same time, they're both 21 years old. They're both burning up the charts. They're both sensations. Women are screaming, hollering, loving both men. And when Morris Day made the comparison this way, y'all gonna be mad at me. Y'all gonna be mad at me. You MJ fans gonna be pissed at me. But Prince was better, because let me tell you how Morris Day broke it down. Jackson 5 were only do boys for Motown. Everything was written, arranged, and produced by somebody else. They were bebop boys until they left and went to Columbia and received more creative space to do whatever it is that they wanted to do, right? Now, even when Michael Jackson branched off and did Off the Wall, Quincy Jones was the powerhouse behind Off the Wall, although it was a successful album. Now, let me give y'all a little piece of information that you didn't know. Did you know that Sheila E. was playing the percussions on, I think it was Rock With You? She said what she was playing was glasses of water on the song. You had Controversy in 1981 and you had Thriller in 1982. The two hottest albums in that time period. Prince did everything by himself. Michael Jackson, although he might have helped a little bit here and there, oh, let's change this, let's put that there, it still was not comparable to Prince's album, him having total control over that album. Quincy Jones was the force behind Thriller, undeniably. So when you do these two, Michael Jackson can't play all the instruments in his music. He can't. Hands down. When it's put to me that way, I mean, a lot of people be like, who was better, Michael Jackson or Prince? I could not make a choice. But now, it was definitely Prince. We go on to talk about how Morris Day opened for the Rolling Stones. Now, Mick Jagger was a huge fan of Prince. Now, what the problem was that Prince thought that he was going to come out on stage with them trench coats and them bikinis, and them damn biker boys was going to be cool with it. We've surpassed the 60s with the hippies and the free spirits and the open minds of the 70s. The Rolling Stones don't have those, put it in your peace pipe type cry no more. Okay? Now we got hardcore rockers that want to get funky. Prince got on the stage, baby. They started throwing food at his ass and calling him the P word or the pussy. Okay? And I thought they called him the F word too, but they wasn't happy with his ass at all. Now, backstage, once Prince ran his trench coat and pink bikini wearing ass off stage, he went to the back. Morris Day said that Prince was visibly shaken. Of course, Morris Day, being the optimistic Sagittarius, said, "Brother, no worries. You know you're good." And Prince chimes in and say, "Hey, look, brother, that's why I fucked with you. That's why I bought you a brand new Mustang." Morris Day say, "It wasn't brand new, nigga. It was 2 years old." Prince said, "Whatever." Now, this is where the record deal that Prince promised him comes into fruition. But it's disappointing for Morris, because what Morris Day finds out is that the deal is not actually for a solo deal for Morris Day. It's for a group deal, a band deal. Prince go, here go your deal. Now go get your band. Now, if you have not already done so, please remember to like, share, and subscribe, because it is so important to my success here on the YouTube. And remember this, the same people you meet on the way up will always be the same people that you meet on the way down. Naysayers, my patron loves, have a good one.